Marcy. You have a good trip home.
Jerry, couldn't you ride with me? Just as far as Lathrop.
No, I don't think that'd be a wise idea to be seen traveling together. I'll catch the next stage out to Stockton.
I guess we say goodbye.
Yes. Goodbye, Marcy.
I wish things hadn't happened this way. It's all over now, isn't it?
Yes, it's over. You go home. Go home to your husband and that son of yours.
Jared, you've been wonderful to me. I'll never forget you.
I'm sorry, Pa. I just can't seem to hit it.
Nothing to worry about, Davy. You'll get the hang of it. How's the shoulder holding up?
Kind of aches, but I'm gonna hit that target if it's the last thing I do.
Well, that's the way, Davy. When we Howards want something bad enough, we don't let a little ache stop us, do we?
No.
Now, you gotta keep the rifle butt snug against the shoulder. Right? Now, remember what I told you. The target's gotta stay right on top of the sight. Take a deep breath, hold, and squeeze the trigger. All right, let me see you do it. You're getting there. Let me show you.
Ma!
Hi. Oh, how's my boy? Oh, how I've missed you. You must have grown 2 inches. Hello, darling.
Welcome home, Marcy. Why didn't you let us know you were coming back today? We'd have met you.
Oh, well, I wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh. How's Edith?
Oh, fine. She doesn't have pneumonia after all.
I'm glad to hear it. And the trip?
Well, it was long and tiresome, you know. Here, I got you something. I hope you like it. Well, I'm home now, and if I know you two, you haven't had lunch. Huh?
Is it lunchtime?
Is it lunchtime? It's 2 o'clock.
You're absolutely right, Marcy. We forgot all about eating, didn't we?
Shame on you, too. Oh, Adam, before I forget, this telegram was at the house for you.
Well, I have a surprise for everybody. We're going on a long trip. All of us this time.
A trip? Where to?
Stockton. I have some business there.
Oh, boy.
Stockton. Oh, Adam, if it's a business trip, you don't want Davy and me along.
No reason why a man can't travel with his family, Marcy.
No, of course not. But I just got back, and I've got so many things to do. I've got the Forbes coming to dinner, and on Thursday I have plans that...
Sure, those things can be postponed. I thought you'd be pleased. You haven't been to Stockton in years. We'll have a chance to see our dear friend, Jared Barkley, again. You'll like that, won't you?
Yes. Yes, I'd like that.
All right. Then it's settled. We leave tomorrow.
Hello there, Davy. How are you? It's good to see you. Hey, wait a minute. Let me have a look at you. You know something? I think you've grown about 3 feet.
Well, Jared, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you, Adam.
Look at this man, Marcy. He hasn't changed a bit. 6 years. Handsome as ever.
You're looking pretty fit yourself. And Marcy, you are just what this old town needs. A fresh breeze. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, too, Jared.
Old friends like you two shaking hands? I'd say a kiss was more in order.
Well, Adam, your letter didn't say. Business or pleasure?
A little of both.
Now, don't tell me you finally decided to expand into Stockton.
Oh, blame it on yourself. When we were together in San Francisco, you never stopped boosting this town. I'm finally doing something about it. I'm going to look around and investigate a few things.
And if I know you, you've already investigated.
You're on to me, Jared. I may have done just that. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll round up the luggage. Davy, want to give me a hand? We'll take the luggage down here.
Jared, I've got to talk to you.
What's that?
Not here. Tomorrow afternoon.
Mom! Hey, Mom!
I thought you were going to help your father.
Can I go fishing tomorrow?
Yes. I think that'd be a wonderful idea. You know, I know just the place. I used to go there when I was a little girl. River Grove.
Oh, boy!
Isn't this a lovely place, David? I've had some wonderful times here.
Pa should have come with us. Why didn't he?
Well, he was busy, you know. Some other time.
Where's that stream?
Oh, it's just up the way.
Hello there.
Look, Ma, it's Uncle Jared.
Oh, what a nice surprise.
Hey, young fella, come on up here. Atta boy.
David and I were having a little picnic. I'm sure there'll be enough for you.
Oh?
I'm going fishing.
You're going fishing? Well, now, Davy, that might be kind of tough to do. We're right in the middle of a drought, and that old stream is all dried up.
Isn't there any place I can catch me some fish?
No, I'm afraid there isn't. Hey, I got an idea. Didn't you used to collect rocks?
You can collect rocks anywhere.
Yeah, but can you collect gold nuggets just anywhere?
Gold?
Big as your fist. Washed down out of those hills into that dried-up old stream, just waiting for some young fella like you to come along and scoop 'em up.
Really?
Well, I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I figure it's worth a try, don't you?
Where is it?
Right over there.
Mom, gonna strike me some gold.
Be careful, David. Thanks for coming.
I don't think this was a very good idea, Marcy.
I have a feeling Adam knows about our meetings.
Well, how could he know?
I don't know. I should have told him. I mean, he couldn't have come here just on business.
Well, you don't know anything for sure, though, do you, Marcy?
No, I just have a feeling that it's something to do with us.
Well, you have a feeling, but you don't know anything for sure. When we met, he seemed to be his same old self.
Oh, no, Jared. No, you've worked for him. You know him better than that. He's always his most charming when he's about to break someone. Oh, Jared, I'm scared. What are we going to do?
We don't do anything. We just wait. All we know for sure is that he's here on business.
This one won't last much longer.
There's the rest of the herd. That creek on the south range is bone dry.
Well, now, it was full up 2 days ago. It takes more than 2 days for a creek to dry up.
Unless Fred Brady dammed it up on his end.
Well, now, why would he do that?
I don't know. Let's go find out.
Good idea.
What's this fence for?
What they're usually for. To keep our stock in, everybody else is out.
Any water in that creek up there?
Plenty of water.
Well, now, you better have a talk with your boss.
Wouldn't do you any good.
If he thinks he's gonna dam up a creek in the middle of a drought, well, we better straighten him out.
Now, you just better stay right where you are.
Look, we've been sharing that creek with Brady for years.
Well, now, that might be. But it ain't his place anymore, that's all. This place been sold.
To who?
Pa? Can you take me riding today?
I'm busy. You can see that, can't you?
Maybe later?
Not today.
Tomorrow?
We'll see, David. We better go now and let your father get back to his work. Did you get my gloves? Adam, whatever it is, please don't take it out on him. Thank you.
Uncle Jared!
Hello, Davy.
Can you take me riding today?
Riding? Sorry, young fella. I wish I could.
You'll have to settle for your mother's company, David. Hello, Jared.
Hello, Marcy. Adam.
Maybe we can have another picnic at River Grove.
Another picnic?
Yes. David and I were picnicking the other afternoon, and well, Jared rode by, so naturally.
You invited him to stay, naturally.
Well, we better go and let these men do their work. Nice to see you again, Jared.
Nice to see you, Marcy.
Oh, hey, Jared.
That's fine, Adam.
Can I get you a drink?
Thank you. I stopped by to discuss with you the damming up of Brady Creek. Actually, Nick wanted to come, but he tends to be just a little bit impulsive.
Yes, I heard that about him. You should really watch that. Now, about the creek. When I acquire new property, I fence it in as properly as possible.
Fencing is one thing, Adam. Damming it up is another.
You need that water.
You bet we do. We have 500 head of prime beef that need watering. With the drought, we stand a chance of losing them. There's enough water in that stream, Adam, for a dozen herds.
I'm afraid I can't accommodate you, Jared.
You're refusing us water?
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I don't understand, Adam. I thought we were friends.
And I'm behaving like your worst enemy, and you would like to know why. Is that right, Jared?
That's right, I would.
Well, let's start with Carson City. 6 months ago. Does that answer your question? No? All right. Let's try Modesto, a week before last. Does that give you a clue? Now, please get out of here. I've got another appointment.
Whatever you're thinking, Adam, you're wrong.
Get out.
So he's a real old close friend of yours, huh? Well, let me tell you something. That kind of man doesn't have any close friends. How do you think he built that empire of his?
Oh, Nick, Adam is an empire builder, and I've heard he can be ruthless at times, but why? What would be his reason? Perhaps there's a reason we don't even know about. Is that possible?
I get the distinct feeling that all of you think this has something to do with me.
Well, he's your closest friend.
Am I being accused of something?
Accused of what, Jared?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
I think maybe I'll have a talk with this Mr. Howard.
You will not. I'll handle this. In the meantime, why can't you use the San Joaquin River?
It's too rough a drive on a herd getting weaker every hour. This heat, they'd never make it.
Well, there has to be an answer for this somewhere. I'll find it legally.
You better find it, and fast, Jared. Those cattle need water, and legal or otherwise, we're going to get water to them.
Hello, Mr. Slade.
Hello, Miss Barkley.
How's that new baby of yours?
Oh, he's come along just fine. Me and the missus want to thank you for the present you sent over.
It's my pleasure.
Miss Barkley, I guess you'll find out sooner or later. I might as well be the one to tell you.
Tell me what?
Your son told me you just harvested your pear crop.
That's right. They'll be here and ready for shipping sometime tomorrow.
Well, I'm afraid we can't handle them.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry as can be, Miss Barkley, but I've got orders.
From whom?
It's all right, Slade. I'll handle it.
Adam, I don't understand what...
There's nothing to understand. My company has a right to refuse anyone's patronage.
Your company?
I've been a member of the board of directors for many years. I just decided to take a more active interest in company policy.
I see. Well, what's the reason?
I'm not obliged to give you any reason. Ship the pears with some other company.
But you're the only freight line in this area. And if you don't ship them, an entire year's crop will be ruined. But even more important than that, Adam, you're our friend. Why are you doing this? Why?
Now, you ask your son, Victoria. Ask Jared about my wife and about the seventh commandment.
I brought you some coffee. Oh, my goodness. Last time I saw so many books, you were studying for your law degree.
Well, I'm trying to find a legal basis to force Adam Howard to tear down that dam.
Stream is on his property.
Yes, I know it's on his property, but there's such a thing as custom, such a thing as morality. Say, that smells good. I mean, does any man have the right, any man, to literally slaughter another man's cattle?
That's what you say, but what does the law say?
Well, the law says a man's property is his kingdom, his house is his castle, but there's a precedent for common usage. I intend to get Judge Lawson to issue an injunction based on that precedent.
Jared, why is Adam doing this?
That's not as important as stopping him.
As long as this was just your business, I would never interfere, and you know it. But now it concerns all of us, the ranch, all of us. I spoke to Adam today, very briefly, But he said something odd. He said to ask you about his wife and the seventh commandment.
Mother, I have never had an affair with Marcy Howard.
Then what is it that makes Adam think so?
All right. He found out that I met with Marcy. Met with her several times.
These meetings. Why, Jared?
I can't tell you that. You'll just have to trust me.
All right, Jared. All right. I'll have Silas bring you some sandwiches. You must be hungry.
Pa,
Yeah.
I guess you're kind of busy.
Yes, I'm very busy. I said I'm very busy, David. Now, what is it you want?
I wanted to give you this. I made it. It's a present for you.
Well, thank you, David. I sure did need a new tobacco pouch.
I was gonna save it until Christmas. But I don't know. I just wanted to give you something now.
Well, it's very nice.
I guess I've been a lot of trouble to you on this trip. Getting in the way, and always asking to go riding. I bet that made you mad at me.
Mad at you? Why do you think that?
Well, not mad exactly. But I don't know. You just act different. That's all. Like, well, like you didn't want me around anymore. If I did something wrong, Pa, I didn't mean to. When I get back in school, I'll do all my lessons every night without having to be told. I promise.
Oh, I know you will, Davy. I know you will.
I wish we could go home so things would be the way they were before. You and Mother and me, together. You know, the way it was.
The way it was.
It will be the same when we get home, won't it, Pa? Well, I guess I'm bothering you again.
David, I hope you're not interrupting your father. I'm going shopping. I'd like it if you could come with me to help carry the packages. Do you need anything, Adam?
No. No, thank you. Nothing.
Come on, David.
They're dying. Don't you understand me, Jared? They're dying every day, every hour they're dying. You ride out there with me right now, and I'll show you a dozen new carcasses.
Nick, I know they're dying. Now, I have already told you. I filed a brief for an injunction with...
The devil with your briefs! We're talking about water for cattle.
Now, Nick, you listen to me. These things take time. He has to study the legal precedents. Now, you know Judge Lawson, he's a fussy old man, likes to chew an issue from all sides.
The cattle can't wait for a judge to chew issues.
I'm seeing him again first thing in the morning. I'm pushing him all I can.
Well, you better push him a little harder.
Judge Lawson. I was just coming to see you. Have you reached a decision on my brief yet?
Interesting, Jared. Extremely interesting. Yes. Under the common usage precedent, it would seem the stream comes under the heading of public right-of-way.
Well, then what you're saying is that Adam Howard had no right to dam up that stream.
Well, it would seem so, but there are certain gray areas.
What do you mean, gray areas? Judge, I dug up more than a dozen cases. Surely enough to establish that...
You may be right, Jared. You certainly may, but I'll want to hear both sides in court.
In court? But that could take days, even weeks. Judge, you've got ample precedent to issue that injunction right now.
Well, possibly, but I'm from the old school, Jared. I believe a court should render decisions, not issue injunctions.
Judge, our cattle are dying right now, just as though they were being systematically slaughtered.
It's been a terrible drought, no question.
Then why can't you issue that injunction?
I've tried to explain to you, Jared.
And I think maybe I'm beginning to understand. Adam Howard bought that land and everything else he can get his hands on. Does that include you?
I'll take into account exactly how much you have at stake, Jared, and how overwrought you are.
We heading?
See Howard.
Jared asked us to wait a couple of days. You said you would, Nick.
If you recollect, I said I'd think about it. And the more I think about waiting for Judge Lawson and now waiting for the court in Sacramento and then maybe waiting for the Supreme Court, I think it's best that you and Jared wait. I'll see to Howard. Come on, yeah.
Foley, I want you to check with the railroad about a spur for the new property. Olson, come on in. Smith, huh? Well, another Barkley. Wouldn't it save time if you all came down here at once?
I'd like to ask you a few questions, Mr. Howard.
I don't have to answer, Mr. Barkley.
Well, you're gonna hear him anyway.
You're quite wrong. I have some business to discuss with these men. Now, will you please excuse me?
Well, I have some business to discuss with you, Mr. Howard. It's about water.
I've said all I'm going to say about that water.
Why are you doing this to us?
You ask your brother, Jared. Now, get out of here, Barkley.
What's Jared got to do with it?
Well, you heard Mr. Howard. Now get going.
I don't want any trouble.
Throw him in a wagon and get him back to his ranch. Then get down to that fence. He'll try to get his cattle through.
Oh, no. What's wrong? What's going on here?
Take him out the back way. Nothing to worry about, Mrs. Howard. Just a troublemaker. Everything's all right.
Mother, that man, is he dead?
to talk to you. Now.
All right.
You should have seen it.
David, you promised Aunt Edith you'd write her a letter. Now, I want you to go into your room and do that right now.
I just wanted to tell Pa about the man.
I'll tell him. You write that letter now. When you're through, I'll look it over for mistakes.
Do I have to now?
Yes, David. Go write that letter.
All right.
Adam, that was Nick Barkley.
That's right.
You're trying to ruin a whole family. Tear down everything they've built because of Jared.
Because of Jared. Exactly.
Adam, you're wrong about Jared.
No more lies, Marcy. I got reports from a private detective just before we came down here. Reports that give dates, places, hotel registers that you both signed. Are they all lies, Marcy?
No. We met. I could never tell you why we met before now.
Well. All right, Marcy. Tell me.
I'm telling Aunt Edith about the drought, but I don't think I'm spelling it right.
D-R-O-U-G-H-T.
D-O-U-G-H. It still looks funny, but I guess I'll never be a champion speller. Look at it, Pa. Is it right?
Yes. Yes, Davy, it's right.
Look at my handwriting. That's getting better, too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Much better, Davy. Much better. Now go ahead and finish that letter.
I guess there won't be any horseback riding today.
No. No, I don't think so, Davy. Now go ahead and finish the letter. All right, Marcy. The truth. Go on. I'm listening.
I can't. I just can't.
When did all this start? I mean, were you in love with Jared when you married me? And then just went on pretending that everything was fine?
Adam, I do love you. You've made me happier than I ever thought I could be.
No, I don't believe you, Marcy. Not after those reports. You know how much I loved you, Marcy. Those 15 years with Cora were good years. But there was always something missing. A child. A son. When she died, I thought I'd never marry again. Then I met you. Beautiful Marcy. Young enough to be my daughter. And I fell in love. And wonder of wonders. A child. A boy. My son, Davy. I was a lucky man, wasn't I, Marcy? At my age, begetting a son. Someone to inherit my name. To take over everything I worked for. And I loved my son. And I loved you, Marcy, for giving him to me. But what did you really give me, Marcy? Some other man's child? Yes. Another man's child. Jared Barkley's.
No! All right, Adam, you wanted the truth. Now you're going to hear it. The whole truth. You were right. I did deceive you. At first because I was a stupid, thoughtless girl. But later on because I loved you.
All those meetings with Jared and you say you loved me?
Jared's only part in this was to try and help me save my marriage, our marriage. was in love with a man. A man who had no goodness, no kindness in him. And most of all, no love for me. When you went to London, I saw him again. But only long enough to say goodbye. To tell him that I was in love with my husband, Adam Howard. But it was a little too late for goodbyes. Because I was already carrying his child. Two years ago, he came to the house. He wanted to borrow some money. He saw David. He noticed the resemblance, and he knew. Then he wanted to borrow more than just a few dollars. I was so scared, I didn't know what to do. I said I'd get it for him. I wrote to Jared. I said, please meet me in Carson City. I need help.
And he just came running to help you, is that it?
He said, forget about paying the blackmail. And that I should come to you right away with the truth, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. There didn't seem to be any way out. Until Jared checked into his background. Found out that he was a wanted man. And he told him to leave the country. My last meeting with Jared was in Modesto. And he told me I was finally free of him. He'd gone to Mexico. That's the truth.
There was no other man. It was Jared.
No, Adam. No, Jared just tried to help me. Help us.
Now, I want you and your son out of here by the time I return. Do you hear me?
Adam, where are you going?
That's no concern of yours now.
Adam! Is shooting Jared gonna make you feel better?
Ma?
David. David, I want you to pack your things. We're leaving.
We're going home?
No. But I thought instead of you having to write Aunt Edith, we could go for a visit.
What about Pa?
Well, he won't be able to come with us. He has to do something.
You said he was going to shoot somebody. Uncle Jared.
No, he's not going to shoot anyone. Now, you get your things together.
If Pa's going to stay, I want to stay too, Ma.
Davy. Look, sometimes things happen between a man and a woman. It's nothing to do with you, so don't blame yourself. But, your father doesn't want us to be with him anymore.
But why?
Because it's so hard to explain.
Tell me.
I will when I come back, okay? Give me a big hug. I have to go and do something very important. You promise me you'll be all right, huh?
I'll be all right.
That's my boy. Okay. I'll be back as soon as I can.
All right, let's get him out of here. Swinky, come on. We've got work to do. Get out. Put that boat right there. All right, let's go. Okay.
Nick? Nick, are you hurt?
How'd I get here?
Somebody just delivered you in a wagon.
Adam Howard.
Looks like that talk didn't work out, huh?
We didn't talk. Anyway, it's all right with me. I'm through talking anyway. I get them cattle to water.
You think you're gonna get them through that fence?
That's what I think.
Just like that?
Just like that. Now, the cattle and the men are all ready to go. You going with us or not?
Nick, that's big trouble.
Then stay here.
I'll get saddled.
Come on.
What happened to you?
Your friend Howard's what happened to me.
I told you to stay away from him.
I know what you told me, but I've got a whole herd of thirsting cattle out there. And for your information, I'm taking them out into Brady's Creek.
Then I trust you've made arrangements at the local funeral parlor.
No more talk. We tried it your way, Jared. We tried it. It did not work.
Now, you listen to me, Nick. What you're planning to do is wrong, dead wrong. And if you think I'm gonna let that hard head of yours get you killed, you got another thing coming.
Wait a minute, Jared. Will you wait a minute? I'm, sorry, big brother.
I'll get Silas to look after him. I'll meet you up on the North Ridge.
All right.
Here you are, Mr. Jarrett. Just lay still for a while.
Nick and Heath are gone, huh?
To that fence. There's going to be trouble. Killing.
Don't you worry, Silas. There won't be if I can help it.
Oh, thank God you're all right.
What is it, Marcy?
Jared, I told him. I told him everything. And he didn't believe one word of it, Jared, not one word. And he took his rifle when he left.
He didn't believe you, huh? Well, Marcy, looks like we've passed the time for truth and understanding.
Well, now it's a time for guns, is that it?
You show me a way to stop it.
Jared, wait a minute. Jared!
Like the old man said, here they come. Hold it, mister. Nobody gets through. Like I said, somebody's gonna get killed.
Nick,
You're here to stop us, Jared. You're on the wrong side of the fence.
I'm not here to stop you, Nick. I'm going with you.
From this wire!
Adam, we're bringing these cattle through.
Try it! and you're dead men. Get out of here, son!
No, sir.
Listen to me, boy!
You can yell at me all you like. I heard you yelling at Mother, so I guess maybe I can stand you yelling at me. I don't know what I done, but...
David, this isn't the time!
I guess that don't surprise me none either. Because you ain't had time for me since we got here. Since everything went wrong.
Please, Davy! For the love of God!
What's God got to do with it? You with a gun ready to shoot Uncle Jared? What's God got to do with that? Tell me, Pa.
Davy, there are things you don't understand.
That's what Mother said. Things I can't understand. Well, maybe I can't. But I sure as heck can't understand you not wanting to be my father anymore.
Oh, it has nothing to do with you, Davy. Your mother. It happened a long time ago.
I don't know what happened a long time ago, and I don't care. All I know is that I'm your son and you're my father. Ain't that so?
Yes, that's so, Davy. But there's more to it.
There's no more to it. If you're my father, you just can't up and stop being it. You just can't do that. You just can't.
Olsen! Foley! The rest of you, tear this fence down, fast! Is that clear? You bring this buckboard out here all by yourself?
I'll be darned.
Well, you got it out here. You can get it back.
Jared, what a lovely sound.
The most beautiful music I've ever heard.
Jared!
So ends the beautiful music.
Oh, if this rain keeps up, I'm going to trade my horse in for a boat. Ah.
Ain't no pleasing him. That's the first good drink our cattle have had in months.
Yeah, if they don't drown first. Here.
Thank you.
Oh, Jared, I picked up a letter for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll be. It's from little Davy Howard. Let's see what he has to say. Dear Uncle Jared, Mother and Father and I are all fine. I hope you are, too. There's going to be a big party here soon. It is their anniversary. Father is going to write you and invite you and your family to come. I
Oh,
sure
Jared.
hope you'll be there. Your friend, David Howard.
I'd love to go.
I think it'd be a good idea.
Let's have dinner. And we must start thinking about an appropriate gift.
Well, now, Mother, what do you get a couple that's finally got everything?